What is up, rockers of the Rock Nation? This is your fellow rock here, ex-Rockerman X. There, I should have to get my camera to get it more in center. But I am back with another video. What kind of video is it? Well, it's obviously not a gaming video, which one will be up later today. So you guys probably see that one before you see this one. Yeah. You know, this isn't a gaming video, this isn't a fucking food review video, this isn't even a review video, you know, which I haven't done anything like, you know, it's not a news video either, it's a rant video. And what am I going to rant about? Well, today I'm staring at on my TV right now since I've been watching it today, trying to, you know, I've decided to go back and watch the original series of it. You know, I got two figures of it on my desk, aka one represents Seto Kaiba, aka Blue Eyes White Dragon statue, and one representing Yugi, aka Dark Magician statue on my desk. You know? Oh, and what is it I'm wearing here? Granted, I can't move it because tied up because it's only hand wall, but a dual disc that I'm wearing. Now, why would I be wearing a dual disc if I wasn't to be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh today? And what am I going to be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, it's something that's been on my mind for a while, which background story of how this thought came to my head is I was on something called Dueling Network, which, in case you guys don't know, it's basically an online Yu-Gi-Oh game for free. You can pretty much go online, make a free account, play Yu-Gi-Oh free, all the cards are unlocked, any cards you want. As long as you know what cards you want, you can put it in a deck and use it. And you can duel real people, and you're actually doing it real time, like real life Yu-Gi-Oh, as if you would. You have to do everything yourself, put life points manually, stuff like that. Well, I was on that and this thought occurred, you know, like I was like really irritated because I don't know, I was looking at the public chat and I was looking at all these people talking about, talking about all these archetypes like Necros, Light Swarm, Monarchs, Dark World, and Dark World decks I'm not really complaining about because, again, I generally play Dark World if I get a chance. Like, if on the online games, like Legacy Duels and Dueling Network, I play Dark World when I can, or when I feel like it, because Dark World ain't really that bad of a deck. It's like a budget competitive deck, and that's what I like. But I was saying all that, and I kind of got in a conversation with someone about this. I don't remember the dude's name. Granted, it really doesn't matter. No offense to the dude if he ever sees this, I doubt it. But, you know, this topic thought up, you know, I started thinking, what happened to the heart of the cards? And I literally mean, what happened to the heart of the cards? And before the fan base criticized me, maybe I'm taking it too literally, but I'm part of the Yu-Gi-Oh fan base as well, so maybe I'm taking the heart of the cards too literally from back in the day. But, you know, before people say, you know, oh, the heart of the cards never existed, that's where you're wrong. Because for what I've noticed about these pro players' competitive decks, you know, they all revolve around an archetype, you know, like I said, Monarchs, Light Swarm, Evil Swarm, that's another archetype I can't think of, let me think. Monarchs, if I didn't already say that, you know, Necros, again, if I didn't already say that. But they all have some kind of archetype, and I guess it makes sense, because, you know, the game can't be the same for years, and it's going to evolve into different stuff. But that's not really what I'm complaining about. You know, what happened to, back in the OG days, or I can go as far as GX, because, you know, back in those days, I was more of a casual player, but I played competitive a little bit, like I did one or two, like I went competitions here and then for the fuck of it, or I even done it for the fuck of it, but, you know, my deck clearly wasn't the best. Didn't have, you know, it's mostly a Yugi deck. That's the best way to put it. Just a bunch of other stuff in it, you know, and I modified it. You know, like, I have all my cards sitting in front of me, too, right now, just for this video. But, you know, what happened to those days where you didn't have to worry about buying these $200, $300, $400 decks to be competitive? I mean, people do invest in these cards, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500. You know, try to get the best cards you can for competitive. It's okay, I can understand getting the best cards you can to be competitive. You know, again, it's kind of down to these archetypes decks that people are getting to be competitive. But what happened to, back in the old days, you know, I'll go as far as GX even, where you didn't have to necessarily have the best deck in GX. But, you know, you would go out buy a starter deck, you know, to get your bounds, you know, go out after that, you know, you maybe have an allowance, save it up, have odd jobs, save your cash from odd jobs, you know, go out and buy booster packs, you know, depending however many you get your hand on, you know, and you open it, you'd be, oh my god, you're so excited to see some of these cards because you don't have them or whatever. But, and why am I bringing up booster pack? You know, what happened when you go back and build a deck from scratch or modify like a starter deck or something to make it your own, and it would still be competitive, you know? It's something that I'm thinking of, you know, and people say, oh, well, the Heart of Cards does that even exist? Well, here's how I feel like the Heart of Cards actually existed. Was you building your own deck, you're literally building your own deck and putting yourself in a deck. Because you're building it, you feel good about it, you're putting your heart in the cards, literally. Or not literally, but that way you're putting your heart in the cards, you know, and all these people are going out buying these pre-made competitive decks. You know, you can build decks that still be competitive, but all these people are going about competitive decks and modifying them. I don't know, something I really thought about here, you know, and I guess, this guy that I was talking to said, you know, I've only really built decks from scratch or modified them in casual. Well, again, this made me think, you know, I felt like, too, it's always, I guess you could say, easier that way if you had a competitive deck already, like a $200, $400 competitive deck, like, again, some of these archetypes, and you just go in and modify them. I feel like it'll be easier, you know? And I don't feel like they show off, maybe it's just my nostalgia talking, but I really don't feel like they have showed that shows off actual skill. You know, I hate calling it the Yugi strat, but look at what Yugi's deck was. Yugi didn't have the best cards either when he was playing. I mean, granted, it's a TV show, but still. He still won a lot. And again, granted, it's a TV show, but still, think about this for a second. And I feel like if you actually build a deck from scratch or modify a starter deck, you know, instead of going for these archetype cards, you know, like Dark World, again, I'm not complaining because I play Dark World, and it's pretty fun, actually, at least to me, when I get good going. But, you know, when you can build a deck from scratch or whatever, and how do I want to put this? And I feel like that shows real skill right there. And there's my Xbox going off, so I'm apparently going online, my 360, because I'm watching Hulu. But anyway, you know, you can go in and and it shows off more skill if you can build your own deck from scratch. You know, you can pull off combos, your own combos, you know, stuff like that. And like my deck, you know, this card I have right here has never been used. It's a limited edition too, still mint. I want to say, I can probably sell it. I don't know how good it is, but Dark Master Knight or Dragon Master Knight, which pretty much is a fusion card for Blackluster Soldier and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So if you could get Blue Eyes Ultimate in fusion, as well as Blackluster Soldier for fusion, which granted that you can only use that from your hand. Actually, no, you could probably, you know. Actually, no, I wonder if you could use fusion from your side. I don't know. Anyway, the point of it is you could get both of those cards. That was a good deck to have. Was to be a good card to have, you know. And I can go through my deck right here and show you, you know, how shitty my deck. Well, not really my deck, you know. Like, again, my favorite card right here. Always been my favorite card because of Yugi, Dark Magician. Granted, you can see how old it is. Like, literally, this is my original deck because I had to tape it up forever ago just so it wouldn't tear up. You know, I didn't know about card sleeves back then. You know, Gaia, the Fierce Knight. I mean, for real. Book of Secret Arts. How old school is that? Monster Reborn, that was on the ban list for the longest time. You know, Mammoth Graveyard. Let me see what else I have, you know. And go to the bottom of my deck, I have Elemental Hero Avion, which is Jaden. You know, and these are just some of the cards I have. You know, these are, well, hold on. King of Skull Servant. I have Ojama Delta Hurricane. That's, I know for a fact that's from GX, you know. I know I still have Dark Hole. I know I still have Trap Hole. I still have a few, like, other cards here that I have no idea. You know, I have fusion cards in here that probably should be in my side deck, but, you know. I have fucking Metal Guardian, aka that's fucking what's his name's card. That was fucking Panic's card too from when he did that. So you know, that's like a little, you know. And this deck wasn't good. You know, I had cards, I modified it here and there when I wanted to. You know, I put new stuff. You know, and I just feel like, you know, that was the real heart of the cards. You know, people can say, oh. Well, technically, what they're doing, even modifying a pre-built deck, or like an archetype deck, you know, that's still hard to cards. Yeah, I can understand that, but I'm sorry. if you're going to build, excuse me, you know, bless me, but, you know, again, what happened those days where you can go out, just be a casual player, but you can still be a competitive casual player, you know. You can still do competition if you wanted to. Ugh, bless me. I mean, you can still do competition if you wanted to. You can still be a pro. You can still, well, competition, tournaments, whatever you want to say, you know. You know, I'm not trying to sound stupid, but it's true. You know, you could still be competitive with any deck you want it to be. That's something I miss, you know, and I've half tempted to go out and invest cards and build my deck back up, you know, replace my Dark Magician to have a better condition, you know, buy stuff, you know, replace some of my cards where they're still good. You know, I'm not just sounding, you know, maybe I'm just rambling and I'm sounding stupid, maybe it's nostalgia kicking in. But coming from someone who's been a fan for the series for years, you know, pendulums to me are OP, I'm sorry. You know, to me, pendulums are OP as shit. Because anytime I face them, I end up getting fucked. You know, I guess maybe it's just me saying, maybe I'm just past my time, you know, and I need to adapt to the new ways. But again, it's something I miss, you know. Yu-Gi-Oh! OG days, just something I miss. And the harder the cards, I don't care what people say, the harder the cards are real. They're still real if you're a player like me that would go out and get booster packs, go out and buy other decks, you know, so you can have other cards. Booster packs, you know, and just, like I said, just build your deck from scratch or modify a starter deck, you know, and you can still be competitive with it. That's something I miss. Maybe it's just me talking. Maybe I don't even have a real answer for what happened to the harder cards. Maybe the harder cards still exist, and maybe just my nostalgia is saying that it doesn't. At least, you know, but again, that's just me. You know, you guys can say whatever you want to, but again, I don't know. That's just something my thought, you know, again, go out, build your deck from scratch, modify I keep repeating myself, that was real hard, the cards. You know, again, with these competition decks like Necros, all that, doesn't really feel right to me. It really never has. It just doesn't feel right to use some of those decks for competition. And again, what happened to being able to build your own deck and be casual but still be competitive? But, you know, maybe I don't have an answer, but that's really all I gotta say on the subject. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I just want to get it off my chest. I don't know. But that's really all I gotta say. I don't know. There's nothing more I can really say. But yeah, I hope some people, at least from my thought, because that's something I wanted to get out there and say. You know, that's why I like doing YouTube. But get out there and say, have my thoughts. Maybe some people will take it to heart. Some people will at least listen to what I'm saying. You know, Konami will never listen. But hey, what are you going to do about it? But until next time, guys, live free and rock. And Dark Magician, Dark Magic Attack.